Hold on to your seats, folks, because 2 minutes ago, Keir Starmer is melting down in absolute panic. Talk TV's firebrand Alex Phillips just unleashed a savage takedown, exposing the dark truth behind Labour's immigration mischiefs right there on live television. This isn't just another debate, it's a full-blown demolition of Starmer's failing government. Phillips, the voice of the forgotten Brit, ripped apart the hypocrisy of handing out freebies to migrants while you, the taxpayer, gets squeezed dry. And guess what? Shabana Mahmood, Labour's Home Secretary, is caught in the crossfire, accusing her own party of fanning racism while silencing real concerns. This could be the spark that ignites reform, UK's unstoppable rise. We're diving deep into this scandal, revealing how Labour's betraying Britain and why Nigel Farage's reform is the only hope for taking back control. Stay tuned. This is the exposé the BBC won't touch. Let's set the scene, patriots. It's Sunday on Talk TV, and Alex Phillips isn't holding back. This woman's been grinding since she was 14, paying taxes, building her life the hard way, just like millions of us. And there she is, eyes blazing, voice thundering, as she exposes Labour's immigration farce for what it is, a total joke. Foreign nationals waltzing in, getting free houses, free welfare, and popping out 7 kids on the government dime, she roars. Can you imagine? While you're juggling 2 jobs, barely affording rent, these arrivals get the red carpet rolled out hotels nicer than your last holiday spot. Phillips didn't stop there. She targeted Shabana Mahmood head-on, Labour's Home Secretary, who's stumbling through a minefield of her own making. Mahmood's been pushing an asylum overhaul that's as effective as a chocolate teapot. Small boats keep crossing the channel hundreds every week. Folks and Labour's response? More talk, more spending, zero action. Phillips called it out. It's an absolute outrage. She's speaking for every Brit muttering in the pub or the Tesco queue. Why are we footing a bill that's skyrocketed to hundreds of millions for migrant hotels? That's NHS funding, school repairs, or police on the streets gone, vanished into this black hole of Labour's incompetence. And here's the kicker. Phillips isn't some elite talking head. She's one of us, frustrated after decades of contributions, watching newcomers qualify for benefits overnight. I've worked my backside off, she essentially says, and this is the thanks I get. It's raw, it's real, and it's resonating because it's the truth Labour wants buried. Reform? UK? They're loving this. Nigel Farage must be grinning from ear to ear as scenes like this fuel their surge. Polls show Reform climbing up 5 points in the last month alone, according to recent surveys, because they're the only ones promising to stop the boats/migration and put Britain first. Starmer? He's crumbling under the pressure, folks. This meltdown is just the beginning. Now, let's tear into the heart of Labour's mischiefs. Shabana Mahmood drops a nuclear bomb in her Times interview. Britain's becoming significantly more racist. She accuses her own Labour colleagues of fanning the flames. Talk about a betrayal. Mahmood gets personal racial slurs hurled at her, her family, her constituents. Go home, they shout. Disgusting, sure, but here's where Phillips obliterates her. Mahmood's using these claims to shut down debate. Legitimate questions about immigration costs. Boom, you're labelled a bigot. Worried about your taxes funding endless welfare. Racist. It's a gag order on the British people, silencing us while Labour funnels billions into a broken system. Think about the numbers, they're eye-watering. Over £8 billion spent on asylum in the last year alone, with hotel bills hitting £4 million a day. That's your money. Folks' hard-earned pounds vanishing, while British families queue at food banks. Phillips nails it. Undocumented migrants get support, but our own struggle? It's not hate, it's about fairness. Labour's net zero obsession? Another betrayal. They're pushing green taxes that hike your energy bills by 20%, all while ignoring British pride and identity. Remember Brexit. Starmer's crew is quietly undermining it, cozying up to EU rules that keep migration doors ajar. Reform UK calls it out, take back control. Farage would say, this is the elite, selling out Britain again. And Mahmood's party in fighting? It's chaos. Left-wing MPs scream she's too harsh. Right-leaners say too soft. Starmer's trying to thread a needle with a hammer, failing miserably. Phillips exposes the dark truth. Labour's creating a climate of fear. Ask where your money goes, you're the problem. This populist rage is boiling because it's anti-establishment gold. Grooming gangs, scandals, Labour's soft touch lets them fester. National identity eroded by unchecked borders. Global influences like Trump and J.D. Vance cheer reform's fight. Trump even tweeted support for Farage last week, saying, Britain needs its own MAGA. Hypothetically, Farage fires back. Starmer's melting down because the people are waking up. Labour's scandals are piling up. Budget shortfalls, policy flip-flops, and now this immigration nightmare. They're exposed, shattered, and on the ropes. Shift gears to the streets and screens, where the real voice of Britain roars. Social media is exploding after Phillips's takedown, over 500,000 views in hours, with comments like, finally, someone says it, and Starmer, out now. Pubs across the UK are buzzing. Tesco queues turning into mini-rallies. Why are migrants in luxury hotels while our veterans sleep rough? One bloke fumes. It's the people's anger, pure and unfiltered, against the elite's betrayal. Reform UK's riding this wave like pros. Their membership surged 15% since summer, fueled by these exposers. Farage's rallies, packed thousands chanting, "Stop the boats." Public polls, 70% of Brits want tougher immigration, per YouGov. Labour's approval, plummeting to 35%, down from election highs. Phillips ignited this because she channels the frustration. Working-class Brits feel stabbed in the back. 7 kids on benefits? It sticks, symbolising a system rigged against us. Social media threads rip Labour apart. Mahmood's racism card is a deflection. One viral post says, racking up 10,000 likes. This isn't just talk, it's momentum. Reform's policies, zero net migration, ditching net zero madness, reclaiming British identity, are winning hearts. Energy bills soaring. Labour's green betrayal adds £200 to your annual cost. Immigration, over 700,000 net last year, unsustainable. The people are done whispering, they're shouting. Questions for you. Should Starmer resign over this meltdown? Is Reform UK Britain's future? Comment below, we read them all. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit it now for more truth bombs. Looking into the crystal ball of British politics, folks, this explosive meltdown from Alex Phillips isn't just a fleeting storm. It's the harbinger of doom for Keir Starmer's crumbling empire. His Labour government is teetering on the edge of collapse, with immigration reforms flopping spectacularly and these racism rows ripping the party apart like never before. Shabana Mahmood's bombshell comments? Pure political dynamite. She's alienating the very voters who crave an honest, no-holds-barred debate on borders and benefits, instead of being slapped with shutdowns and smear tactics. If this chaos continues, and mark my words, it will, the future looks grim. More small boats slicing through the channel, skyrocketing costs that could balloon to billions more, and an endless cycle of betrayal that leaves hard-working Brits footing the bill while Labour fiddles. But let's zoom out to the bigger betrayals lurking in the shadows. Brexit's hard-won legacy. Starmer's sly EU flirtations are watering it down to nothing, costing us a staggering £15 billion in lost trade freedoms and sovereignty. We're talking about deals that tie our hands, forcing us back into the Brussels bureaucracy we fought tooth and nail to escape. Reform UK is poised to pounce like a lion on the prowl. Nigel Farage and his crew are vowing to seal those borders tight, slash the crippling taxes that strangles small businesses and restore the pride in being British that Labour's been eroding. We'll put Britain first, no ifs or buts. Farage thunders in his rallies, echoing the populist fire that's sweeping the nation. Dig deeper into the broader themes, and it's clear, uncontrolled immigration is strangling our public services. NHS waiting times have surged by 20%, with queues snaking longer than ever, while schools burst at the seams with overcrowding that's robbing our kids of a fair shot. And don't get me started on net zero, that elite-driven scam masquerading as environmental heroism. It's ignoring our path to true British energy independence, slapping families with skyrocketing bills while virtue-signalling politicians jet off to climate summits. National identity? Under relentless siege from Labour's woke agenda, which prioritizes globalist ideals over our heritage, traditions, and the Union Jack flying high. Global conservatives are watching this unfold with keen eyes. Trump's America First mantra is inspiring a Britain First revolution right here, with figures like J.D. Vance nodding in approval as reform channels that same anti-establishment fury. Speculation is rife. If reform surges in upcoming by-elections, grabbing seats in key heartlands like the Red Wall Starmer could be ousted by 2026, his leadership reduced to rubble. This isn't some isolated incident. It's the tipping point where the elite's grip slips and the people rise up in righteous anger. Phillips has revealed the dark truth of Labour's mischiefs, exposing the rot at the core. Now, it's action time. Time for reform to lead the charge, reclaim our borders, revive our economy, and reignite British pride. The battle for Britain's soul is on, and the establishment is shaking in their boots. Will Starmer survive the fallout? Don't bet on it. The winds of change are howling, and reform is ready to ride them to victory. There you have it, folks. The explosive truth behind Starmer's meltdown as Alex Phillips unleashes on Labour's immigration mischiefs. This is the betrayal that's shattering the establishment, fueling Reform UK's rise and awakening British pride. Labour's done exposed, divided, and failing the people. Reform? They're the future, championing fairness, borders, and control. Smash that like button if you agree, subscribe for daily takedowns, and comment, Starmer out or Reform now. Our next video exposes Rachel Reeves's budget betrayal. It's massive. Don't miss it. Thanks for watching Gold UK, where truth triumphs. See you soon.